Happy Saturday. Good morning from me and Walter. Now, this was interesting. I'm out on Pancake this morning. It's flat calm. Blew like the dickens yesterday. Flat calm today. He's barely legal. First one in the morning. I'm up on the bow. He hits it. I'm fighting him. I see him come in. Two giant smallmouth. I mean, big smallmouth. Right with him. So I hit the old spot lock here. Not that I'm going anywhere, actually, but that was interesting. I've never seen smallmouth follow another species before like that. A lot of times you hook a smallie, if there's a pile of them around, they'll follow the commotion. That's the first time I've seen that. So we'll see what happens. I started out with a Ned rig. I hadn't done anything yet, so I've only been here about 20 minutes. But stick around. Look at that beautiful sunrise. It's going to be a good Saturday. All right, another guy. Just legal, 15 and a quarter. First cast, I just put that, that's a Kitech Model 2 football jig. Great bass jig. Guess what else it's great for? Walter! It's got a rage craw that's been cut down on the back. It's a black and blue jig. You can see the profile of it. It's short, compact. It's a half ounce. I don't have any 3/8 ounce left. That was my very first cast with it, and I'm just banging that thing off the rocks. Slow, steady retrieve. If it feels like it hangs up a little bit too much, I just pop it a little. Keep it moving. You can see what it does to your line. It frays it up pretty good. I'm running 12-pound fluorocarbon on this leader, and you go through it. Every couple casts, you got to cut it back because you're making bottom contact with those rocks, with zebra mussels and all that fun stuff. So you want to make sure that you can not only get your lure back, but when it comes time to set that hook, you want to make sure that you're going to be able to and not. I could be tying directly to the jig. I could be tying a loop knot directly to the jig. I use these little paper clip snaps. They come through the water good. If there's any vegetation or rocks down there, there's no points that stick out like a cross lock. And it's just because I have short attention span, so I like to change things up quite often. But that's preference. I don't see where it bothers my bite at all. So, that's what I do for convenience sake. So, again, 2 fish. Well, that first one was on a swim bait. But I'm on the edge right now. I'm in 21 foot of water, but I'm right on the edge where the rock pile has dropped off into deep water. And behind me about 30 feet is where it goes from rock to whatever bottom. It's not probably sand, but soft bottom, let's just call it. And a lot of times that's like a highway. They'll follow that outer edge of things like a deer. A deer walks through transitions from one kind of cover to another, and they walk that edge. These walleyes and smallmouth do the same thing. They'll walk that edge right down. So we'll see if we can do a couple more. These fish all seem to be the same size this morning. This is 2 casts later from this last one. I just released spot lock and started to slide a little bit back in here, and he smacked it. Dragon footballs for walleyes. Who would have thought it? Who'd have thunk it? Let's stay together for a cast. It's nothing special. This dragging is just that. You're dragging it on the bottom. It could be a lot of different baits too. You know, it could be a tube. It could be a bucktail. It could be, you know, a regular, just a jig head and a craw trailer. This happens to be a jig and a trailer. I think it's more that bottom contact and just keeping it going like this than it is what it is. I do like to keep a high rod tip so the angle of my line is a little steeper and I don't get as much chafing on that line. That's one thing I've learned. Ooh, I thought he was right there. Sometimes it's a distinct like this where they've pinned it right to the bottom. Other times, all of a sudden, that rod tip just gets heavy, and they're there, and they start doing this with it. A lot of times, I find that you can tell on the bite if it's a walleye or a smallmouth. That smallmouth seems to be a little sharper, you know. A spectacular morning out here. You can bomb it as far as you want to as well. You know, sometimes the farther away from the boat and that spook zone around your boat, the better. Get away from that electronics noise. A lot of dead bugs on the water this morning too. Seeing fish all over the place coming up for them. Not like those carp yesterday though, or 2 days ago. Well, I leave the camera running and nothing happens, so I'll be back. Well, like I said, I've been switching back and forth between baits. I slid a little shallower. I'm in 16 and a half, 17 feet. First cast with the Ned rig, and a lot of different retrieves on the Ned rig. This is the best one of the day too. A lot of different ways to fish it. So what I was doing right there was I was hopping it up off the bottom, couple 2-3 feet, and let it spiral back down like that. I'm a line watcher too, you know, as a fanatical jigger. I'm always watching my line, and I want to, you know, you can pick up a lot of clues when you watch that line, and that line's falling like this, and it hits bottom and it goes like this. that belly goes down because you can see it hit bottom. And so I'm sitting here. It's, again, I'm watching all the boats go by. It must be they had a tournament. All the boats are ripping by, and I'm watching my line, and I'm waiting for it to hit bottom, and it hasn't yet. And all of a sudden, it starts to go this way. There he is. So, and this is as ultralight, as sensitive a gear as I can get. I never felt that fish. He picked it up on the fall. There was no tension, and he started moving away with it. So, all right, everybody, getting ready to call it a morning. I'm going to make a couple more casts here together, and then I got to get to work. It's just now 7:30, so time to hustle. No, I haven't done anything else since I talked to you guys last. I got 4 keepers right now. Let's see if I can't finish out my limit. I've been in one spot. I've, been around this spot, but looks like there's a lot of life here. I didn't hook up the live scope this morning. I probably should have. I don't use it nearly as much as I should or thought I would. It's a little tedious. I don't love staring at the screen all the time. And even when you find them, which isn't hard with it, trying to pinpoint one fish to cast to and watch get everything lined up and the lure and the whole 9 yards. I don't know. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of patience, which I don't normally have a ton of. It probably would be useful. I mean, it is useful. I don't want to say that. Everybody has their opinion on forward-facing sonar. I've caught plenty of fish with it. I've caught plenty of fish without it. So, again, I don't fanatically use it every day. Matter of fact, lately I hardly use it. Or when I do turn it on, I look around and I'm like, oh, because again, you can't. It's impossible when you're drifting. I mean, when you're drifting, it really is at that point is just there's targets out in front of you. If you're casting and jigging and drifting, trying to get everything lined up, in my opinion, kind of a pain. I would love to fish with somebody that's good with it, that they really show you how they pinpoint it. Mine's also not on my trolling motor, because I don't like to fish in the front of the boat facing into the wind all day. I much prefer to be on spot lock and fish out the back of the boat with the wind at my back. But again, that's just me. I really wish I had more time. I'd stay here till lunchtime on this spot. And I'm shocked that I haven't caught a smallmouth in here yet. All right, we'll do last cast. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's do a Costanza out on a high note. Oh! It felt a little panfishy, don't get me wrong, but it was still a whack whack. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Been a beautiful morning. I will see you guys tomorrow. Keep your tip up.